Hello everyone, it's good to be back with Amul Facebook Live. Greetings from Sydney, Australia, and happy Baisakhi and happy Easter to all of you. April is a month full of festivities, so many festivals, so it is really a joyful and joyous time to be enjoying with family and friends. Thank you, Amul. Very, very good. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to showcase one of the least known or less known recipes which come from Gujarat. Today I'm going to create in front of you a recipe called panki, which is a batter cooked between banana leaves. Just briefly, a little bit about myself. I have been a chef for more than 35 years in India, in the Middle East, and I've worked in the Middle East and in Sydney for about 34 years. For the last 16 years, I am training budding chefs who are keen to be part of this lovely industry, hospitality industry that has been my whole life and has been a big influence on my life. And I would just like to pass on a little bit of what I have learned to the next generation who are so keen to be part of it. And I really welcome all the young people who want to be part of this, this dynamic industry. So also while we are in Sydney, I have worked with several hotels and ran my own award-winning Indian restaurant on the northern beaches of Sydney together with my husband. And currently for the last 10 years, I am managing the Sydney branch of Quality College of Australia, and more so looking after the Chef's Academy. So it's more so for all the international students who come in to the country and wanting to be chefs. It is the right time to be in here, so I'm plugging. Please, if anyone is interested, get in touch with me, Quality College of Australia. All right, so let's get on with today's recipe. As I said, it is one of the least known recipes. Even though I am a Gujarati, I never knew about this recipe because it was never cooked in our home growing up, or even now. I came to know about it when I last went to Mumbai and happened to be visiting this lovely restaurant called Swati's, and that's where we ordered panki. So panki basically is batter made with rice flour, yogurt, water, turmeric, and ginger and garlic paste, and a little bit of either ghee or oil, just to make it nice and soft. So batter is made, it is put in between two leaves, and it is pan fried. As simple as that. So as I understand, it is around 11:30 in India, so it is time for late breakfast, brunch, or early dinner. And when you see me making this, you will know how easy and how quick it is. So as soon as we finish, probably you can just go into your kitchens and just rustle it up, right? So it's so quick and it's really delicious. Today I'm going to serve it with green chutney, and I have another variation that I am going to show you just before serving all the ready pankis, or while I'm making the batches of panki. So let me get through all the ingredients for all of you. So of course, every Indian household is very familiar with the masala dabba or the spice box. We are going to use only turmeric, haldi, and some jeera or cumin. Salt, of course. You can finely chop onions and ginger, or you can crush it, you can make a paste. Doesn't really matter. And I have some olive oil here. By all means, feel free to use any oil, or as I said, ghee. Ghee, of course, gives an added dimension to the taste. I also have half a cup of yogurt. Try and get sour yogurt if possible. And even if you have buttermilk, it's fine instead of yogurt, but then you will have to regulate the amount of water that is put into the batter. And here I have rice flour. I have chosen for this particular recipe, it's fine rice flour. You do get two varieties, one is coarse and one is fine, but you will notice that when I start making it, and why that is important, that we have the fine rice powder. So while we're talking about this recipe and the ingredients, I will also take you through some variations. You could, instead of rice flour, you could use corn. You could use fresh corn and you can grind it up. Or you can also use chana dal and you soak it and make a paste out of it. So all these recipes, if you notice, they have no wheat. They have no wheat flour. They have no atta. They have no maida. So what I'm trying to say is that this is a very versatile recipe because it is gluten-free, and it is very suitable for people who have gluten intolerance or who are celiacs. So this would be really a good recipe for them to follow. And of course, when you add yogurt, you're adding protein as well. So it's not just complete carbohydrates, right? So I have got this batter here, which of course I'm going to show you how to make it, but the batter needs to rest for at least half an hour before we start making the panki. So I've pre-made it, but I'm going to make another one here for all of you to see what I'm doing. And of course I've got the banana leaves. So let's start with mixing all the ingredients. Now I would suggest that when you're adding water, add it slowly. So what I'm going to do first of all is adding all the rice flour. And I will just take about, so that's a cup of rice flour. Now if you are using katoris, just keep it constant. Don't keep changing the measures. If you're using one size, make sure that you're using throughout the same size. I'm going to add in, this is a tablespoonful of ginger and green chilies. So fresh ginger and green chilies. We don't want to spice it up too much because this recipe is also sattvic, and we want to add the spice of the chutney when we are going to serve it with it. So the recipe as such is not very spicy. I'm going to add a teaspoonful of turmeric and a teaspoonful of cumin or jeera. This is roasted, but if you don't have anything roasted, if you just have whole cumin seeds, just roughly crush them and add them to the mix. So what I'm going to do is mix all this, and of course one thing I have not added yet is the salt. The salt is up to you, up to taste. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of salt, but please, salt, it's up to everyone's taste, and especially if you have special dietary requirements, if you have some conditions where you are not allowed too much salt, so please regulate it according to your needs. That is the beauty of cooking at home, isn't it? You know exactly what goes into it, and you can regulate how much you want to add into it. So I'm going to gradually add the yogurt, which is half a cup. So 1 cup of rice flour, half a cup of yogurt, mixing it all up. As you can see, I'm not, at the moment, I'm not adding any water at all. The idea here is to mix everything and to ensure that there are no lumps when you make it. So that is why it's important that when we add the water, we add it gradually. Don't add the whole water at one time. That is a tip also when you're making other batters, any type of batter. So when you mix all the dry ingredients, add water very, very slowly, very gradually. This is the way to prevent lumps. And slowly, as I get all this incorporated, I am going to add the water and probably use a whisk so that it's going to be emulsified very, very well. So gradually add the water. This is 1 cup of water. And again, you want to have the consistency a bit like dosa batter. If you can have it a little bit thick would be okay, but don't make it very thin, because when you spread it in between 2 leaves, you don't want it all to get out and you don't want it all to run out into the pan. So just regulate the amount, as I've said, add 1 cup first and then see how we go. Earlier when I made the batter, I have added 1 cup of water. But again, it depends, the amount of water that you add will depend on the type of flour, because some flours may need more. So as you can see, it's kind of a nice paste. This would not have happened if I had added all the water together. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is switch to the whisk, because that will make it very easy to mix. While this is happening, what I might do is just put on the burners on a very slow flame, because that's how you want to cook this pancake. That's what I will do. Just turn on the gas, and I'm going to turn it down quite low. So let's start with 2 pans, so that we can make it fairly quickly. Though it doesn't take long, maybe 30 seconds on each side, it should be fine. The other thing that I didn't add, if you would have noticed, is some oil. Okay, about a tablespoon of oil. If you have ghee, melted ghee would be perfect. But again, dietary restrictions, this is olive oil. By all means, use any oil that you have at home or is suitable for you to use. So as you can see, with the gradual addition of water, the batter is lump free. It's totally smooth. At this stage, you can taste the salt. You can see whether you need any more or not, but I think 1 teaspoon was what I had added, and this is the consistency that you're looking for. Not too thick, not too thin. Yep, and it's pretty smooth. This batter needs to be rested, so you keep it covered just on your kitchen table, kitchen bench for at least half an hour to 1 hour, so that the batter rests and it absorbs all the liquids and it rests. So it is easier to spread it out. Okay, so this is the batter that is ready, and I'm going to keep it for resting. I'm going to just cover it up, and then we're going to start with the actual pancake. So I don't need any of these things. I'm just going to take it out. Always try and work with a clean surface, not too many things hanging around. It just makes things messy, and I'm just going to start clearing up, making room. What I have here, and the other little tip that, sorry, excuse me, the other little tip I have, if you're having, or if you do get banana leaves that are quite old or quite thick, they're not very pliable, they snap. What you could do is, and I'm sure a lot of you know already this trick, you can put it on an open flame. So just try and heat it up. You're not going to burn it. Be careful, don't burn yourselves. What this does is it makes the banana leaf more pliable, so you can bend it very, very easily without it snapping. So that's a little trick. I'm sure a lot of homes in India already know this. So as you see, it doesn't snap at all. Yeah, it is very easy to fold it. So with the recipe, what we are going to do is, I'll put this off and adjust this. I'm going to brush a little bit of oil on the leaves so that it doesn't stick. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Here, and that's when we are going to spread the batter. As you can see, after resting, there's two different ones, right? You can see this is nice and relaxed, and this is still a bit firm and tight. Same amounts of water have been added, so resting does that. It relaxes the batter. So what we want to do here is just thinly spread it. And panki traditionally is quite thinly spread, and it cooks in a matter of minutes. Right, so that's one ready. What we want to do is just fold this, and we are going to transfer it to a warmed up pan. And just to be safe, I'm using non-stick pan, but you can always use your cast iron pans that you make dosas on, and that's already seasoned. It is not going to stick. So we leave it here, and I'll keep pressing it a little bit gently. In a few minutes, it should be ready. So I'll make this one. This is the one that I have already seasoned on top of the stove, so it's quite pliable. Same thing. Just go on a very low heat, and I'll reduce this as well while we make another one. Same thing, a little bit of oil. Love the color. So cheerful, nice and yellow. It's spring in India, isn't it? So that's very apt. We are into autumn, so it's cooler, but the last few days have been really excellent temperatures. Okay, I'm gonna just cut this little trim that has come off. And keeping fingers crossed it doesn't come out, because this is a fairly large piece. Oops. What you could also do is, instead of folding it like I have done, you can also have two pieces and then spread the batter on one and then cover it up with another one. Okay, so I'm just going to press this one gently, so we don't want it all to squeeze out. And then we will just flip it onto the other side, very, very gently. So as you can see, you're getting these marks, which means it is getting ready. So the leaves are getting a little bit of charring. And because we are oiling it, it's going to be very easy to separate it out. It would be a good thing if you are cooking it for a party. You can make all of them and you can cook them at the last minute. And don't take them out of the leaves. Just serve them in the leaves, and the guests can open it. It is just the wow factor, so that looks really good. Since you can see, such simple ingredients, but creating something that is one of our lost recipes, if I can say that. The other one, while these are cooking, what I might do is show you another one. As you can see, that's got a nice bit of charring as well. You could do this in the microwave as well, but you're not going to get the same pan-fried taste. But of course, and as you can see, there's hardly any oil in it, hardly any ghee in it, so it's a very healthy recipe. Always when you're doing it, make it spread it on the shiny side of the leaf. As you see, I've not treated this with heat, and that's what's happened, right? It's ripping off. But not to worry. When you're in the kitchen, just be confident. Try and make sure that you can, be very good experts at first aid. So you can patch up anything that is possible. Right, this is almost ready, and as you can see, I won't open it really completely, but you can see that when it is cooked, it just comes away so easily from the banana leaves. Okay, so that one is done, and so the other one as well. I'm just going to take them out. While this is, make another two, and I'll show you another variation. Okay, so same process, oiling. By all means, while you're looking at what I'm doing, feel free to come up with your questions. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Yep, I'm okay to answer most of it, and if I don't know something, I'll let you know I don't know, or I will find out. So that's the other one. If the banana leaf snaps, not to worry, you can just use another piece and cover it up. So the whole idea in being in the kitchen to be learning how to be confident and to learn how to cook without getting rattling. So the other trick I am going to show you, or the flavor profile rather, is to sprinkle what in Gujarati households very commonly known as methiano masala or sambaro. Yeah. So this is a basic achar mix that we use to make mango, usually mango pickle. So this is adding another, instead of serving it with a green chutney, you can just serve it with this. Yeah, that looks spectacular. The red and the yellow just pop up, don't they? Right. Okay, now the process, same thing. It's a little bit escaping, be careful. Because of the oil, it will do that. Again, shiny side to shiny side. This is going to be a bit tricky for me to lift up, but we're going to do it. Yeah. Voila, managed. Okay, I'll make one more so that then after that I'm ready to finish off and serve it to all of you and answer any questions that you may have of me. It's a bit hard, bit tight. I might just break it up a bit. Okay, same thing, oil. I think I'll make one more of the one with the sambaro, because I just like how it looks on the leaf. So you've got green popping up and you've got the yellow of the batter and you have the red of the methiano masala. Right, so please, the thing to be watchful is to have it on very low flame. Yeah, and it cooks very, very quickly. Right, so where did I put it? All right. So I just love these colors. As much as you like, but of course don't make it too much masala, because it'll just be overtaking the whole mild flavor of the batter. You can see it's pretty simple, and I thought maybe it's escaping, but I am safe. I think you've got to manage it. The trick is when you flip it, but by the time it is quite set, and it won't run out of the sides. Whoa, that looks pretty. I'm going to just switch it on to the other side. To let it cook, and this needs another, maybe a little high heat. As you all know, right, cooking is mostly about being confident, try and repeat your recipes, and also about heat control. You should know exactly when you need to turn up the heat and when you need to turn it down. Okay, so that is very important part. That's the first thing I would teach all my students, is to know when to turn it up, when to turn it down. All right, so I might just get all these out of the way. And it's done. If you don't have banana leaves, you could always use arvi leaves, or patrana pan. You could always use large spinach leaves. So yeah, not to worry if you don't have banana leaves. You know, cooking should be like not sticking to a particular ingredient. Oh, I don't have this, so I can't cook. It should always be about learning how to get variations, learning how to swap things for what you don't have. Don't get hung up on sticking to recipes, because of course to start up with you need recipes, but when you get more confident, try and do your own thing. So there I have the ready ones. One, I've got the green chutney, which is just ginger and chili, lots of coriander, some lemon juice. Okay, you could use garlic, but it's just a bit too strong sometimes. So I have not added any garlic to this. Just a bit of lemon juice and some salt. That's it. All right. So these are our pankis ready. And that's the other side. So I'll show you the pretty side. As you can see, we are looking at getting these kind of marks on the banana leaf. And the banana leaves give a very special flavor and taste to the leaves. And that is ready. As you can see, it's so thin. You can still hear the sizzling. And I'll just take it off. Show you one. And before I burn the kitchen down, let me switch off everything. There you have it, a panki. If you, of course, with this, it's got a lot of spices already, but with the plain one, of course, unravel it. As you can see, so thin. You can see the banana leaf through there, and what you need to do is just pick up a piece. I'm going to enjoy this. Sorry, guys. That is so delicious, and it is so easy, right? So there you have it. What did you think about the whole recipe? Would you try and do it? So as you know, you could always swap with besan. You could soak chana dal, grind it and use it, or you can have besan, very simple. You could also use fresh corn while it's in season, and grind it and use it. So lots of variations, even with the leaves. As I said, if you don't have banana leaves, not to worry. You can use big palak leaves, spinach leaves, or you could also have the arvi leaves, right, from which the Gujratis make patra. So yeah, there you have it, my pretty pankis with the two ways of serving it. I'll leave it here. So I'll just wait. If you have any kind of questions, I'm okay to answer. And I want to thank Amul once again, and I want to thank Robin, my husband, for doing the filming, and my son, our son Rohan, for helping out as well. Thank you very much. It was really good to be showcasing my recipe in front of all of you. Do we have any questions? No questions. That is very, very surprising, which means I'm a good trainer. It's pretty clear, right? You followed and you've understood each and every step, and now you can go and do it. That's it. If nobody has any questions, I will be saying bye from Sydney. Catch up next time, and I hope you can.
Leila says she's going to try this.
Okay. One of my cousins, my husband's cousin, so my cousin, she just commented saying that she's going to try. Yes, Leila, please do that. So simple. And from us in Sydney, from Robin, myself, and Rohan, it's bye for now, and hoping to join Amul sometime next time in the future. Bye-bye.